Stage 4 of this Dauphiné was time trial day, a 17-kilometre test, a test for everybody to see where they were heading up to the Tour de France. As far as this race was concerned, there was a stage win up for grabs, an opportunity for French stars to shine on home roads, and maybe a defence of a yellow jersey. The route would take them from Chalmers-sur-Rhône just up the road to Saint-Péray. Over a hill in the middle, a steep one at that as well. Ramps in double digits. Former world champion Tobias Foss set the real early benchmark. 22 minutes bob on was the time. The Ineos Grenadier would spend a little while sitting in the hot seat. That was until Rémi Cavagna took to the start. After an unhappy year at Movistar, the French national former champion, now in a French team. Cavagna settled in well, and at the first time check he was well up on the Norwegian. 14 seconds ahead there, but still against a headwind into the second flat part of the parcours. He'd fight for every second and every pedal stroke. And Cavagna would have the clock just about green going up towards the finish. Could he keep it green? The answer was yes, by just less than 3 seconds. He was the new leader. Lenny Martinez also out on the parcours, hoping to try and limit his losses. And he was doing fairly well. The young Bahrain victorious rider, finishing 34.4 seconds down. Another of the French hopes, this time 18-year-old Paul Sixas, the junior world time trial champion. He was supposed to be originally off to the under-23 Giro, but good early professional career form meant that he was given an opportunity here. And he was showing it was a deserved one as well. So close to Cavagna, just 5 seconds down by the finish. The big stars were getting ready for action. World champion, Olympic champ as well, Remco Evenepoel, with Pogačar and Vingegaard looking on. Matteo Jorgenson, though, second last year at this race, was the fastest at the time check. 12.3 seconds quicker than Cavagna, who'd said in an interview that he didn't expect to hold on. And Jorgenson proved him right, gaining time in the second half. It was a sensational ride from the American. He was in the lead. Next up, though, Remco Evenepoel. Winning the time trial this time last year at this race and very briefly being in the yellow jersey. Evenepoel says this year he's much more advanced in his preparation. Look out, world. From the very early part, he looked good. On the climb, he was already getting to his minute man. And when it came to the time check, it was supersonic stuff. 30 seconds to the better of Jorgenson. More riders were then picked up as he went back down to the flat part. Evenepoel too quick at this point for everybody out there. And at the finish line, if Jorgenson's ride was good, Evenepoel's was exceptional. 37.7 seconds quicker. Would it be the win? Well, we find out when Vingegaard and Pogačar hit the line. Vingegaard already having won a time trial in the Algarve this season. He set off well. He seemed to settle into his rhythm equally well. Perhaps confident knowing how well his teammate Jorgenson had gone. And he was going brilliantly too. Just 11 seconds down on Evenepoel at the time check. Evenepoel, the world and Olympic champion. So to be there or thereabouts was a good result. The question was, could he carry it through to the finish? The answer was a definitive yes. Close, very close. 20 seconds down over to Pogačar. Tadej Pogačar, all of his big time trial wins had either come in the Nationals or in Grand Tours. He'd never won a time trial in a one-week stage race before. Not that that was particularly high on his wish list, but he wanted, of course, to be with Evenepoel and Vingegaard. When he came to the first time check, he was down, well down in fact. Half a minute behind Pogačar, a good 20 seconds back from Vingegaard. How would he have gone on the second part though? Questions of timing and headwind around everybody. The answer was that he was 48 seconds down. Quite some difference from Evenepoel to Pogačar. Lipovic had started well and he was defending well. Right up there in the hunt for the GC after his breakaway antics the day before. Libovic's ride had put him close. But what about Ivan Romeo starting the day with a lead of 1 minute and 17 seconds on Evenepoel, hoping to hold on to the yellow jersey? Romeo was fighting for every second. An under-23 world champion in the discipline, but it wasn't looking good at the first time check. Over 1 minute down on Evenepoel already by this point. It was going to be touch and go. How much had the previous day's exertions taken out of him? Too much. 1:25 down. Evenepoel winning the stage. Soudal-QuickStep delighted.
How do you say 1,000 with your fingers?
And according to the team, their 1,000th victory. The UCI and the official stats websites make it 997. But what's a number? Well, in this case, in a time trial, all important, Remco Evenepoel had the fastest by quite the distance. Top performer on the day, and a nod, despite the statistical differences, depending on who you ask, to the team as well. 23 years and that many victories. Whether it's give or take 3 or 4, it's an exceptional achievement. Remco Evenepoel on top of the charts at the time trial. And with each day we get closer to the Tour de France, things look very interesting indeed. The GC is nicely set up going into the final 4 stages. Evenepoel is the new leader, but the gaps are tight. And it is the Belgian who'll be wearing the yellow jersey at the Dauphiné for the second successive year. This time, he'll be hoping to hold on to it. Coming up on stage 5, one that could be for the sprinters or for the breakaway, and maybe a carrot dangled to the likes of Mathieu van der Poel, still sitting at just 14 seconds in the GC, in case he wanted a day in yellow. It's over 180 kilometers. It's the last opportunity for anybody who isn't a big mountain climber. And you can watch it on TNT Sports.